Hello and welcome. You are joining me today in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and I'm so happy to be here. This is our first time here, and I'm just absolutely loving it. Oh my gosh, there's these beautiful mountains, these beautiful clouds. The weather is so perfect. Very grateful for that. It had been a toasty one back in Denver and Fort Collins. So now that we're back up in the mountains, it is wonderful to be here. A fun fact about Steamboat Springs is it got its name not because there is a steamboat of any kind here, but because all of the natural springs make kind of a chugging sound. So I thought that was neat, kind of cool. They also seem to have the world's, no, not world's, I don't think that's correct. The oldest ski jump situation, ski resort situation in the US, I believe. I should probably check that before I go ahead and say it, but I think that's what I read. It opened in 1915, that I'm sure of. It's called Howlison Hill. It's very cool. Even though it's not snowing, they still have like ski jumpers and stuff. It's just been super, super neat. Everyone's been so nice. I took a wonderful yoga class here. Anyway, it's been a breath of fresh air. So for today's energy flow, we will be utilizing 2 blocks. And for today's flow is going to be for when the body is kind of feeling sluggish, for when those days that the limbs just kind of feel heavy, the mind feels bogged down, the energy of the world kind of is just stuck on you and things feel heavy. So we're going to kind of work through that, move some energy. We're going to do things a little bit differently in some things that we're familiar with. For example, a different variation of a cat and cow, kind of varying the breath, and some things that we like to practice in Kundalini yoga. If you have not noticed, I've been doing a lot of Kundalini yoga. It's my absolute favorite, and it's kind of hard to find on the East Coast. So I'm so glad to be back towards the West, enjoying that. I do hope one day to take a Kundalini training so I can share the Kundalini yoga with everyone as well, because it is my favorite. This is my dog Chai. She'll be joining us today. If you haven't met her before, she is my faithful companion, and she watches my back while I record, so it's a good way to know if there's anybody coming or things like that. Luckily, it's pretty wide open today, so love it, love it, love it, love it. When we are ready, we're actually going to get started lying flat on the back. So I'm just going to rearrange my stuff a little bit, but take your time. Get on your back, start to find yourself there. We don't typically start our movement classes on our back, but today we are. Legs long, start to flop the feet from side to side, hands on the belly, rest the eyes, just check in. Bring the inhales deeper, exhales slower. Take a few moments to get yourself here. We're not in any rush, we're not in any hurry. Soften the space between the brow. Notice any tension we're holding in the face. Drop the shoulders, relax the spine. Option to keep the legs long, or we can walk the feet up close to the glutes. If we choose to do that, let's lift the tail, tuck the tailbone, lower each vertebrae down, creating some more length in that lower back. Resting the shoulders, let the backside body get heavy. Keep the hands on the belly. Just notice the rise and the fall. Asking that breath to balloon the lungs, expand. See if you can be mindful and truly complete those exhales, pushing all of the breath out. Just coming onto your mat, into your body. Noticing anything lingering in the mind. You start to quiet the mind. Quieting the mind, coming closer to the breath. How are you talking to yourself internally? Notice how harsh or demanding you may be. See if it's a similar way you would actually talk to others, to someone you love. So we focus on the internal chatter today, being nice to ourselves, being kind to ourselves. Offering every inhale to fill you with kindness, appreciation for your existence, your mind, your body, your breath, your soul. Let those exhales relieve you of that internal chatter that's no longer serving you, being your harshest critic. And then those exhales also reminding yourself that we are simply human. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be a certain way, to act a certain way, to achieve certain things. With every exhale, just let that go. As the face gets a little softer, a little lighter, walk the feet out to the edges of the mat. Flexing into both feet, windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Being grateful to be in these bodies, to get to move in these bodies. Waking up the hips, the sacrum. Take these movements as quickly or as slowly as you would like. Remembering this is all about getting what you need out of this practice, not always just what I have to offer. It's a beautiful thing about our yoga is we get to thank our body as we need, as we choose. Guiding the knees back into center, we're going to bring the knees in for a hug, guide them into the chest. Pull those knees in nice and close. Make some circles with the knees. Guide them around. Massage the lumbar. Massage the sacrum. Switching directions when that feels good. Throw a few rolls with the ankles. Wiggle the toes. Just try spreading the toes. When was the last time you spread your toes? It's a beautiful thing to thank these feet, our foundation, our lower half, our stability. Mindfully coming back to center, send the left leg long, keep the right knee pulled in. Take the left hand on the outside of the right knee. Inhale the right arm out to a T. Take the gaze to the right. On the exhale, supine twist. Guide the knee across the body. Really sigh it out as you finish that twist. We're going to offer ourselves 3 slow breaths here. Inhaling that right glute down, lengthening the side body. Exhaling to wring out. Just starting with breath, appreciation, mindful movement. As the right knee comes back into center, give it a hug, give it a squeeze. Thank this leg, thank this foot, thank this ankle, thank this knee, thank this hip. Send that right leg up to the sky. Point the toes, point the toes. Keep them pointed, then spread the toes as you slowly lower the right leg down. Keeping that right leg anchored down, pull the left knee into the chest, give it a hug, give it a squeeze, thank it. Inhale, send the left arm long, palm face down. Exhale to twist. Guiding that right knee across the side body, keep the left shoulder anchored. On every inhale, track that left hip down. On every exhale, ring it out just a little bit further. 3 whole breaths here. Again, inhaling that kindness, that love for yourself. And exhaling all that internal chatter that does not serve you. Bringing that left knee back into the ribs. Give it a hug, give it a squeeze. Thank that foot, thank that ankle, thank the knee, thank the hip. As we send the left leg up to the sky, point the toes. Spread the toes and slowly lower. Then drawing both knees back into the ribs, let's rock and roll along the spine. Rolling along that spine, nice massage 4 or 5 times, and then come into an easy seat. Coming into that cross-legged position. Notice if we want to block under the glutes. That little bit of height really makes the difference for me. Allows me to open those hips, rotate the pelvis forward, lengthen the front side body. Roll the shoulders down and back, slightly tuck the chin, close the eyes, palms face down to ground, up to receive. Close the eyes and just breathe. Full inhales, full exhales. Simple trust and appreciation. Find some circles with the neck. Keep those breaths solid, full and deep, nice and empty, and work that head around. Notice anywhere that feels extra tight, extra stuck, extra sticky. Breathe into it. Sending the oxygen to the areas that need it the most. Switch directions when you crave. Hang out with one in particular area if you choose. Just find movement and oxygenate the blood flow. Send the blood flow to this area. That's what the mindful movement and breath does. So every breath saturates that blood flow with oxygen. Every movement asks for new blood flow. 3 more breaths into this neck. So everything comes back into center. Crown of the head reaches up to the sky. Let's take 3 cleansing breaths, one each more dramatic than the other. Inhale, lift the shoulders up to the ears, fill the body with breath. Exhale, sigh it out, dump the body. Inhale, pull those shoulders up, maybe even lift the elbows, fill the body with breath. Exhale, dump it. Last one. Inhale, T-Rex the arms, pull the wrists up towards the sky, elbows up, nice big inhale, scrunch the face, big fist, let it go. Roll the body forward into a tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, spread the fingers wide, tuck the toes under. Pulling those shoulder blades apart, starting to engage the core just enough to bring the awareness. Tucking those toes under, heels in line with the knees, so heels are not bowing out, heels are not falling in. Fingers are spread wider than you usually would. Lengthen in the neck, just breathe here without movement. Breathing into this tabletop. Taking some time to warm up the wrists, offer the back of the hand to the mat. One hand at a time, maybe both. Wiggle through the fingers. Finding that movement. Switching hands whenever feels good. Rock it back and forth. You could lightly lean back, shifting from side to side. Find some circles with the wrists in between, nice and loving. Again, we're not being demanding of the body. We're not being demanding of the breath. When it feels good, flip the wrists forward, palm to the mat, fingertips face the knees, rock back and forth, side to side. Movement or stillness. You can walk out the hands, open up the forearms. Here's where we hold on to a lot of stuff. Not just physically, not just literally, but metaphorically as well. We hold on to the outcomes of the future. We hold on to thoughts of the past. As we take our time in our now, in our yoga practice, we can let go of holding on. We don't need to hold on to our performance. We don't need to hold on to our breath. It's all about letting go. Shake those wrists loose. Shake both of them out. Whew. Maybe you felt that up into the shoulders. Today I did. The second we start talking about holding on, my shoulders creep up towards my ears. Ooh, because I like to hold on to outcomes. I like to hold on to things being exactly the way I want. Fingers spread wide, back in that tabletop. Roll out the ankles, scrunch and flex the feet. Mindfully, lovingly move those ankles. Option to tuck the toes back under, rest the tops of the feet flat. Now as we're going to come into our cat and cow, we inhale, cow, pressing the navel down, lifting the chin up to the sky. Tailbone is lifting tall as we actively press the belly down, even squeeze the shoulder blades down and together. Breathing here, one more inhale. On the exhale, cat, pull the navel up to touch the spine, tuck the tailbone, pull the chin in towards the chest. Full rounding of the spine, pulling those shoulder blades apart, pressing the mat away. Tucking that tailbone, even squeeze those glutes. So we're going to find a flow with this, with our breath. Pairing each breath with the movement, but this time much faster than usual. So in and out through the nose. This will be similar to breath of fire. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Stay with it. as fast as feels good. This is not meant to be easy. Stay with your breath. If the body's ever feeling stuck, this is a great way to get that energy flowing. Really waking up that solar plexus. Stay with me. Three more sets. So we come back into neutral. Knees out wide, toes come to touch. Inhale, press that heart forward. Exhale, child's pose. Side out when you arrive. Soften those shoulders, drop the heart, let go of the belly. Ground down here. Option to take one of the ears to the mat if that got the traps and shoulders a little sticky. Honoring any movement, honoring any stillness the body's craving. Come into our Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhales and exhales the same length, in and out through the nose. Creating your own vibration with a slight constriction in the back of the throat. Understanding your breath, understanding your vibration, and carrying this breath with us. Keeping us from getting fatigued, keeping us from getting dehydrated. Stimulating the vagus nerve. Let this breath calm you, soothe you. This is a special reminder to be kind. Three more deep breaths. So begin to walk the hands back, shoulder distance, fingers spread wide, tuck the toes under, down dog, take the tail high. Bend generously into one knee, straighten the other, shift the weight between the feet as you do so. Saying hello to the calves, the hamstrings, back of the legs. Option to take the gaze under one armpit and then the other. You know this position, you know your body. I want you to find your way into this however you enjoy. 3 breaths of intuitive movement. Sometimes it's nice to situate yourself into down dog. You don't always have to be told. When I say move intuitively, sometimes that just means experiment. Experimenting with movement, with breath. And then eventually settling in, checking in with the hands, fingers are spread wide. Letting the head hang heavy, start guiding the chest closer to the thighs as the tail goes higher. High, high, high onto the toes, up onto the ball mount of the foot. As we press the chest a little closer, tail gets a little higher, then micro bend in the knees as you lower the heels down to the mat. Adho Mukha Savasana. High on the toes, then walk the feet halfway up to the center of the mat. Feet to hip distance, maybe a little wider. Bend generously into the knees. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, ragdoll fold. You can let the arms rest heavy, hands rest heavy. You can reach for opposite elbows if you desire. Sway from side to side. Some days it feels good to interlace the fingers behind the back. Wherever you're at, heavy sighs. Big dramatic releases with those breaths. especially when we start to feel sluggish, energetically slow, or bogged down by the world. It's got to go somewhere. Let it out. 3 more dramatic breaths, all the way to the top, and all the way to the bottom. Anywhere that feels tight in the body now is your chance to really let it out. On the inhalation, roll up to standing nice and slow. All the way up, get yourself stacked again. Roll the shoulders down and back. Shine the palms forward. Spread the fingers wide. Feet come into center. Ball mount to the feet, touching hip distance apart, anywhere in between. Anchoring down in the feet, rolling the shoulders down and back. Open the heart. Palms face forward, eyes rest closed. Ujjayi pranayama. Feeling yourself open to possibilities. Taking the uncertainty of life and shifting that from being negative what ifs to positive what ifs. What could be. Creating some heat, building engagement, lift all the toes, we padabandha the feet. Lifting into the kneecaps, slightly squeeze into the glutes, find our Uddiyana Bandha, our core strength. Shoulders pull back, let them guide down, lengthen from behind the ears. Reaching the fingertips down, spread those fingertips wide. Inhale, mountain sweep the arms up and wide, palms face one another, drop the shoulders down. Keep that chin slightly tucked. One more inhale here. And the exhale, goalpost the arms, open the heart. Let those elbows drop as we lift the heart up, shine the palms to the sky. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Long spine as we come down. Fingertips in line with the toes, micro bend in the knees. Chin tucks, last third eye into the navel. Let all your breath out. Inhale, half lift. Press down into the feet. Use the glutes to lift the upper body. Long, erect spine here, pressing the shins away. One more inhale, gaze to the ground, neck is long. Exhale, fold. Fingertips in line with the toes. Even try bending into the elbows like you're trying to pull the elbows into the knees. Micro bend in the knees. Tuck that chin a little more. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen that spine. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toe the feet out wide, preparing for our yogi squat. Toes out wider than the heels. Inhale, take the gaze forward. Exhale, malasana. Sitting down into that squat, elbows into the knees. Take your time getting here. Palms come together, open up. Draw the shoulders down and back. We'll try to avoid rounding. We're not rounding and pulling forward here. We're trying to bloom open. If this ever feels like a lot, take a block. Give yourself some support. Give yourself something to sit on. It doesn't have to be a ton of support. You don't have to fully sit down, but sometimes it just feels less scary to sit back if we have support. Do whatever you need. One more inhale here. And the exhale, plant the fingertips. Take the tail high, heel toe your feet in, back to center. Now we flow. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mount. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, mount. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toe the feet out wide. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Exhale, malasana. Inhale, open. Exhale, plant the fingertips, take the tail high, heel toe the feet in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mount. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, mount. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toes, feet out wide. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Exhale, malasana. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, plant the fingertips, take the tail high, heel toe the feet in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain, stay with me. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, mount. Exhale, fold. Find fluidity. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the fingertips, take the feet out wide. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Exhale, malasana. Inhale, length. Exhale, plant the fingertips, take the tail high. Use the secondary muscles to bring the feet in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mount. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, mount. Exhale, fold. Two more. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toe the feet out wide. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Exhale, malasana. Inhale, bloom your flower. Exhale, plant the fingertips, tail goes high. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mount. Exhale, back up bend. Inhale, mount. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the fingertips, take the feet out wide. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Exhale, malasana. Now we're going to be here for a few breaths. So rock from side to side. Move around, notice the feet, notice the hips. Pressing one hip away, then the other. Eventually grounding down into the feet. As the elbows come in, chest begins to open. Deep, deep breaths. Feeling where you are. One more inhale. On the exhale, left hand plants on the inside of the foot. Inhale, right arm up, up, up to the sky. Hold the pose, not the breath. I'm going to take 3 juicy breaths here. Inhaling into that twist, reaching up. Exhaling to surrender any discomfort. One more inhale. And exhale, switch. Right hand plants on the inside of the foot, pressing that right knee away. Inhale, left arm up and open. Again, we inhale to reach up and back. Exhale to relieve. One more inhale. And exhale, plant the hands, finding ourselves in center, both hands planted if we can. So now is when we can round the spine. Notice if we can open up the lats, the ribs, try to pull the shoulder blades apart, pressing the mat away. As we then plant the hands shoulder distance, jump it back, down dog, paddle it through, paddle it out. Shift the ribs from side to side. Find a little twist with the hips if you can. Bending generously into one knee, dipping it towards the opposite side, peeling that hip open. So if we bend deep into the right knee, pressing it to the left, we peel that left hip open, peel that left side body open. Meet me back and down dog, ujjayi breath. When your body feels ready, inhale right leg high, kick it up to the sky, keep those hips square. Kicking up out of the ball mount of the foot. One more inhale, take a little higher. On the exhale, low lunge, plant the foot behind the right wrist. We're lining up for warrior one. Step the back foot up enough so we can plant it. Left foot is slightly angled out. Right toes are facing forward. Front knee over ankle, take the gaze forward. Inhale, bring it up. Let's take the hands to the hips. Start by squaring the hips here. So alignment here is important. Hips are square. Front knee comes over the ankle without peeling the left hip back. So once the hips are square, right glute or left glute is squeezed, then we guide forward. Breathe. If you want a little bit more heat, a little bit more engagement, tuck the tail. Pull in the core and then press the feet in opposite directions. Right foot presses forward, left foot presses back. That'll really make things strong. Hands come high, drop the shoulders into the sockets. Breathe. One more inhale. On the exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Pay attention to which thumb is on top. Pulling the fist down towards the ground. If it's in your practice, lift the fist away from the glutes. Not for me today, but if you want more heat, take it. Breathing. So we bring in one more inhale. Lift the heart up, pull the fist down the back. On the exhale, humble warrior. Right shoulder to right knee. Neck stays long at first. Once we have this length and strength, you can keep that fist lifted. If you choose, you can surrender that humble warrior. Let the head hang heavy. Pulling that fist back behind you, that's the key. I like to keep mine a little bit more active. It feels a little better on my neck and shoulders. Do what's best for you. One more inhale here. On the exhale, release the hands on either side of the foot. We're gonna jump forward, standing splits, kicking the left leg up. This is a great time for blocks. Here, if the ground feels very far away, we can bring the blocks in for support. You can tent the fingers in front of the foot. If you want something juicier, guide the fingertips back towards the foot, in line with the foot. Micro bend in the knee, square the hips, so drop that left hip. Kick out of that left glute, it's not easy. One more, inhale, kick a little higher. On the exhale, land that left foot back, ball mount to the foot onto the mat. Walk the right foot out to the edge, lizard pose. Front knee over ankle, square the hips, lengthen. Wow, where's your breath? Inhale, reach the right arm up, revolving lizard. Keep the glutes squeezing, keep the breath deep. One more inhale, reach a little higher. On the exhale, plant the hands, step it back, down dog, paddle that out. Now you can always have the option for chaturanga or vinyasa there. Today's energy flow, I do not deem it to be necessary. You will get just as much benefit without. Listen to what you want and need. Back to breath. Inhale, left leg high, kick it up. Keep those hips square. Use that glute to kick that leg a little higher. One more, inhale. Exhale, lunge, plant the foot behind the left wrist. Step that right foot up, enough so you can plant it. Right toes slightly turn out, hips are square, left toes face forward. Inhale, warrior one. It's always valuable to find our alignment, to take the hands to the hips, keep them square, squeeze the right glute. You can do it isolated, squeeze the right glute, then guide the left knee forward. Again, you want more heat, press the left leg forward, right leg back. Ooh, now we're immovable. Hands come high, shoulders drop into the sockets. Breathe. Notice if we're flaring the belly forward. Tuck the pelvis. Keep that belly taut. Keep that Uddiyana Bandha strong. One more inhale. On the exhale, interlace the fingers, opposite thumb on top this time. Pull the fist down towards the ground. Open the heart. Take a second. It's not easy to open the heart. Lifting the fist off of the glutes if you choose. One more inhale, lift the heart up, pull the fist down the right leg. Exhale, humble warrior, left shoulder to left knee. Now you can keep pulling back on that fist, keep pulling the shoulders down, lengthen in the neck. You can keep those fists lifted if you choose, yogi's choice. Finding a surrender if you choose, you can even bring the fist up to the sky. Again, I like to keep my spine long. Feels best in my body. You do you. One more inhale. On the exhale, release the hands to frame the front foot. Step the weight onto the left foot. Kick it up, standing splits. Now here, drop the right hip down. Kick out of the ball mount to the right foot. Inch the fingertips back in line with the toes. You got it. Guiding that nose to the shin. Micro bend in the standing knee. Notice what changes. One more full breath. As we plant that right foot back behind us, ball mount to the foot lands, prepare for lizard. Left foot walks out to the edge. Hands under shoulder, front knee over ankle, square the hips once again. Breathe. Neck is long. Inhale, left arm reaches up and open, revolving lizard. Keeping the hips lifted, keeping the body open. One more inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, down dog. Always option for vinyasa there. Listen to your body. Reset the breath, then we flow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, interlace. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, lizard pose. Inhale, revolve. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, interlace. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, lizard pose. Inhale, revolving. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, interlace. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, humble the warrior. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, lizard pose. Inhale, revolving. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, release, interlace. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, lizard pose. Inhale, revolve. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, interlace. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, lizard. Inhale, revolve. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, interlace. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, lizard pose. Inhale, revolve. Exhale, down dog, last round. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, interlace. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, lizard pose. Inhale, revolve. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, interlace. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, lizard pose. Inhale, revolve. Exhale, down dog. Drop down to the knees. Come to sitting onto the feet if it's in your practice. Draw the shoulders down and back. Breathe. You know, this is a lot for the knees, a lot for the ankles. You can always bring a blanket or towel under the ankles. You could sit on a block. Do what feels best. If you want to come into a full hero's pose with the knees out wider, sitting between the knees, please go ahead. Not for me or my body. So you find yourself here. We're going to slowly start to lean back. Offer yourself blocks if you choose. Bridging that gap. Slowly beginning to lean back, open those thighs, shift the hips from side to side, press the navel up to the sky, open the heart. If it feels good for you, come back onto the elbows. If it feels good there, you can lay all the way onto the back, open the throat, take lion's breath with me here. 3 lion's breath, inhale to fill the belly. Exhale, tongue out, face open. Raise the eyebrows. Let the head drop back. Slowly bring it back up. Coming back into a tabletop, take the tail high, down dog. Paddle it through, paddle it out. Rearranging that energy. Notice what we've woken up. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Plant the foot behind the right wrist. Lower down onto the right knee. Coming into our Anjaneyasana. Inhale the hands high. Notice all the weight, maybe it's on that left knee. Share the weight, even weight in both legs. So you begin to take the hands to the hips, lunge it forward. Take blocks here if you choose. I'm going to today. I decided I would like them. Having those blocks by your side, lunging forward, lifting the heart up to open. One more inhale. Exhale, half splits, pull the hips back, flex the right foot. Keep the spine long, long, long here. Lead with your heart. Just as in life, follow your heart. Leaning as far forward as feels good. You can rock back and forth on that right ankle, even pointing the right toes. Ooh, it's a good stretch for the top of the ankle. Breathe, 2 more breaths here. Thanking this leg, thanking this foot. The bottom of that exhale, inhale, lunge it forward, press it forward. Whew, a lot on that hip flexor. We got this. Exhale, guide it back, half split. Stay with me. Inhale, lunge forward, press the hips forward. Exhale, guide it back, half splits. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, guide back. 2 more. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, guide it back. Inhale, bring it forward. Give it all you've got. Exhale, guide it back. Let that all go. Set the blocks aside. We're going to walk the hands up, walk the right foot up and out. So that left leg then becomes long, coming into our extended runner's lunge. If it's in your practice, roll the pinky edge of the right foot onto the mat. Open that right hip. Rock from side to side. This is one of my favorites. Rocking from side to side, breathing, again, being kind to yourself. We're not being demanding of this body. Our body deserves better than that. Works too hard for us to make demands. Then taking that right foot, we're going to walk that right foot all the way over to the left wrist. Flex hard into that right foot as we surrender the right leg, coming into a half pigeon. Square the right hip back, pulling that right hip back. Stay flexed into that right foot. Inhale to get nice and tall here. Lengthen up as much as you can. Point the left toes. On the exhale, find your surrender. Utilize the blocks, drop down onto the elbows, maybe stack the fists. Big belly breaths here. If you find yourself wanting more, track the right hip back further. Inch the left leg longer. Think about inhaling to make the ribs wide. Breathe into the back of the heart. Then exhale to drop from the navel to the heart. Down, closer to the mat. 3 more generous breaths. Let a stagnant, stuck, sticky energy happens here. This is what makes us feel sluggish. This will kick any sluggishness. I do recommend warming up before just doing this, but if you're feeling real heavy, real sluggish, sad even, just kind of feeling down, this will get it out of you. I'm not saying it's going to solve it. I'm saying it'll get it out of you. It'll help you purge. 1 more big breath all the way to the top. Let it out to the bottom. As we then walk the hands back, we're going to shift over onto the glutes. Pull that right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Left leg is long. So now we're coming into this space. Right knee's bent. We're on the glutes. You got it. Turn the shoulders to the left. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold over that left leg. Now you can grab onto that foot. If you want a little bit of a twist, you can take that right hand to the outside of the foot. Peel the right shoulder open. Wherever you want to be, take 3 nice breaths here. 3 kind, loving breaths. Open that side body. Anything else you got stuck there, now's your chance. 1 more. As we then walk the hands back in front of us, we're going to walk it all the way back to the top of the mat. Rolling back on to the ball mount to the left foot. Bringing that in, tuck that left toe under. Inhale to engage. Exhale, kick it back. Stack the hips. Draw circles with the right knee. A lot of stuff we just opened in that hip. Roll out the ankle. Let it be free. Meet me back in down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Lower down onto that right knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, take the hands to the hips or onto the blocks. For me, it's blocks today. Lunge forward. Pressing forward, opening the heart. Breathing. A lot of stuff there for me. I know probably you too. We got to get it out of there. That right hip flexor. Whew. One more inhale. And the exhale, take the hips back, drag that left heel, flex the left toes, pull it towards the shin. Spine stays long here. We're leading with the heart if you're gonna find that surrender. 2 more breaths here. You can rock that left foot back and forth, even curl the right toes. If you can get your toes to curl and you can kind of pin that big toe, that's a lot for that foot. But I love it, I need it. We all need it. One more breath. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, guide it back. Stay with it. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Last one. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. As we inhale forward, bring the blocks to the side. Walk the hands up to the top of the mat. Inch that left foot up. So we come into that extended runner's lunge. Right leg is long. Hands are in line with the foot. Roll that left foot onto the pinky edge. Rock from side to side. Notice where you feel it. There's no right or wrong. There's no specific place you have to feel. Just notice what you feel. Notice. Know that it's not wrong. The bottom of that last breath, return the left foot onto the mat as we walk that left foot over to the right wrist. So heel toe that foot over, flex hard into that left foot, and then surrender the leg. Coming into our half pigeon. Pulling the left hip back, inching the right leg long. Inhaling to get nice and tall so you can lift the chest. Exhale into your surrender, creating length in your surrender. So we're not going down, we're going forward, we're going long. Make adjustments as you get here. You can inch that left hip back a little more, inching the right leg long. Coming into that square space where you can breathe. You can stack the fists, rest the third eye. Bring the block under the hands, the arms, the third eye. Finding your space. And again, if this is still just not really quite doing it, think about utilizing the breath to inhale the ribs wide, inhale into the back of the heart, and exhale to surrender the belly and the heart closer to the mat. We can get a lot from this. 3 more breaths. This is one of my favorite poses. If you can't tell, I put it in almost all of my classes. But I'm telling you, this is how we purge the stuff. Ow. Oh, I got bit by a bug. Ouch. This is where we purge the stuff. 2 more breaths. Sorry, I think I already said that. This is our last breath, I promise. Okay. Walking the hands back below the shoulders. As we then roll on to the glutes. So I'm going to spin around so you can see me, but we roll on to the glutes. Left foot is on the inside of the right thigh. Right leg is long. Grounded. Turn the shoulders to the right. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold over that leg. Grab onto that foot if it feels good. A lot of stuff that gets stuck in this side body. It's okay. If you want a little bit more of a twist, you can peel the left shoulder up to the sky and grab the outside of that right foot. Now, if we're not grabbing on the foot, that's okay. Just make connection with that right leg. Appreciate the right leg. 2 more big breaths here. As we inhale, walk the hands forward in front of you, and then all the way back to the top of your mat. As we roll on to the ball mount of the right foot, engage that right leg strong as you inhale. Exhale, kick it back, 3-legged dog. Stack it, kick it, stir it. Notice what you need. Let that energy go. New blood flows. Welcome back in. As we meet back in our down dog, final down dog of today, if there's anything else you're needing from this, please take it. As we lower down onto the knees, coming to sit onto the knees. We're going to finish with a little bit differently than usual. So this is going to be, again, something that we do in our Kundalini practice. Now I want you to find a comfortable seat. If sitting on the knees is not comfortable, find a Sukhasana. I like to take a block under my glutes here. This helps me feel stable, supported. We're going to inhale the hands up overhead. As we bend into the elbows wide, we're going to bring the hands onto the shoulders. So grabbing onto those shoulders, I got to take hold of my pigtails. We're going to do something fun. Opening the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together, pull the shoulders back. Nice long in the spine. Just like we do those faster cat and cows in and out through the nose, we're going to inhale left, exhale right. Stay with your breath. Close the eyes. Flushing anything out left in this solar plexus, anything else left in this torso. Keep those elbows lifted. A few more. And we're going to come back to center, release the hands. Inhale, hands high, retain the breath at the top of the inhale. And then the exhale, slowly float the hands down. Roll out the neck, the shoulders, whatever you need, and slowly make your way onto your back. As we make our way onto the back, pull the knees in, give yourself a hug and a squeeze. Find circles with those knees, move around those ankles. Take both feet up to the sky. So we want ankles stacked over knees, stacked over hips, so really let the weight of the legs press down into the sacrum. Reaching the hands high, drop the arms down into the sockets. Let the weight of the arms press the shoulders down. So we're finishing with the dead bugs pose. Inhale to point the toes, reach the fingers to the sky, keep the hips and shoulders anchored. And then the exhale, soften the limbs, let them float above you. Close the eyes. Stay with slow, deep breaths. Let the weight rest down a little heavier in the shoulders, a little heavier in the sacrum. 3 more breaths in this dead bug's pose. Lowering the blood pressure, calming the mind. Sigh it out if you feel it. The bottom of that final breath, inhale, reach the toes, spread them to the sky, reach the fingers up to the sky, spread them. As we then make a starfish, bring the arms and legs out to the 4 corners of the mat and flop completely. As we come into this for our final Shavasana, for our final resting pose. Take 1 more cleansing breath with me. 1 more inhale all the way to the top. Hold it when you get to the top. And then soft sigh. As you let yourself lighten, all of the heaviness in your life dissipates, coming off of the body like steam. as you are left with the reduction of yourself, your kindness, your love, your ever-evolving energy. Slowly begin to welcome breath and movement back into the body. Toes, fingers, wrists, ankles. You can windshield wipe or the knees. Eventually take the arms up overhead. Reach them up like a good morning style stretch. Rolling on to your preferred side in a supported fetal position. Our quote today from Christina Lacar. It's not a question of whether or not it's going to happen. It already is happening. The question is, are you on the frequency that blocks it or the one that lets it in? Pressing yourself up into a comfortable seat, let us share a single breath together, sealing our practice today. Rubbing the hands together, bringing that energy to the palm, and bringing that energy to the heart center, Ajna Mudra. Exhale all of your breath. Together we pull in a slow, deep, mindful inhale to the top. Hold when you get to the top. Try to bring in a little bit more. Maybe one more sip. Maybe a little more. Then let it go. Lo kasamashtazuki no baban. May your entire universe be filled with peace, joy, love, and light. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Oh, I hope you feel lighter. I hope you feel brighter. Drink a lot of water. That's going to help with feeling sluggish in general. And electrolytes if that's your jam. You know, the good stuff. Especially as it stays warm in summertime. I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here with me. It really means the world to me. I love you all very much. And I will see you next time. Mwah. Chai, come here. Chai, what are you doing? Come here. Hey, what are you rolling in, girl? Come on. Come here. Come here. You say goodbye to everybody? Oh, you're such a good girl. Thanks for hanging out.